Yo, it's Derrtie Sanchez, professional music producer and hip-hop MC, and this is my studio.
I've been going through it, nothing changed, I feel the same, I'm the one to blame.
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about my good friend Damien Bowen, how we met, and the music that we made throughout the decade, all while hanging out in the studio, chilling with Derrtie. Dai Dai is definitely one of my best friends. Talk to the cat every single day. Usually just talk about like music. We motivate each other to do more and different things, and you know, we give each other different perspectives all the time. When I first met Damien, he went by the name Dai Dai. So I first met Dai Dai back in 2010 through a show. My ex-girlfriend started dating this crackhead dude named Jazz. Was kind of like a show promoter. He was putting together this show that involved a bunch of different artists. So he claimed to say, and so he made the flyer to look like, and the show was in Allentown, Pennsylvania in 2010. It was called Summer Bash of 2010 and shit. So he claimed to get all these artists together, and one of the artists was Damien Bowen.
Dai Dai bitches, I'm feeling super fly today.
At the time he was like 16, 15 years old. I knew Jazz was a crackhead, and I knew he was slick, like taking advantage of these cats. To the extent I didn't really know. Honestly, I didn't think that he could take advantage of me. Everybody was still up in Pennsylvania. I had just moved to Chattanooga, so I still had a lot of ties to the friends that I had in Pennsylvania. So the crazy thing is about this show, it was a real show. He put it together. It was legit. It was actually at the Crock Rock. I drove all the way up there. The only artists that were there was Damien and his rap buddy. 15. That makes me a pedophile. Pretty much. I was confused because I thought there was gonna be 10 other MCs or artists, but so we were just kind of left there with nothing. Damien's dad was a DJ, and Damien called his dad, and his dad showed up and actually DJ'd the set. That was his first show, and that was just an embarrassing 10 people, 15 people, little stage. I forgot my words on a song. We did a song together. I forgot my words. I told him to take the vocals off and shit. And I think me and Dai Dai, after that show, we had connected just from, ironically we connected through Jazz. I definitely saw potential in Dai Dai, like in his recordings. He was definitely like whack as fuck. He was 16, he was a scrawny looking white boy, He was a corny, dorky looking kid and shit. I slick thought his boy was better. He just had charisma, he had a little bit more bars, and I thought Dai Dai and him were slick like a team. They kind of did things like as a team.
We got another hot little duo for you guys.
The girls out there
shout out to all the girls.
Keeping it true, keeping it.
I'm legal,
really
I'm 18.
But it was more so Dai Dai carrying homies. Dai Dai was the one that was using the studio and recording and learning the mixing aspect. Really being that guy that I saw myself in. I never had a friend that did the things that I did. I've always tried to push my friends to rap, but I'd always be the one recording them and stuff. I think none of my friends really had that passion in music the way I wanted. And Dai Dai was the first person that I met that had that same kind of connection, and I always, respected that hustle, that push. My man's always had a different fucking tape out, like every year. You can see the progress as well. A lot of guys just think they can just go in the booth and just rap and call it a day, but like the music making process that he had, I would give him like a lot of my tricks and tips. He'd send me his vocals and I'd mix down their songs or whatever, but like we just kept in touch over the internet because I lived in Chattanooga. So I would go up to Pennsylvania and I would visit every year. I would visit my sister. He lived probably about like 30 to 40 minutes away from where my sister lived. I was like, yo, I'm in town, and Dai Dai will always come with his boys and come and pick me up. His mom and his stepdad, they would go on like a camping trip every week. So he had the house to himself every fucking week, and this man would throw like fucking house parties. And I got this man on 151. I'm like, yo, you wanna get fucked up? Let's get some 151, bitch. Because I'm the oldest, I always like, yo, you niggas can't do shit. I'd always go 30 times harder than my body could take. He would always find me hanging over the rails in his on his deck, throwing up. Him and his friends probably had the longest running joke about Derrtie always getting fucked up and hanging over the balcony. I got close to Dai Dai that way as well, man, you know, because my own friends weren't even hollering at me, but Dai Dai was like, yo, I got you, I'll pick you up. So me and Dai Dai became real close behind that shit. We were always trading ideas, like Damien got a fucking camera, I got the same exact fucking camera. I got a laptop, Dai Dai was like, yo, I'm gonna get the same exact fucking laptop. We would kind of just work together, just boost each other up, you know what I mean, give each other our ideas. So I came and I put, at one of those parties, I put Logic on his computer. Like, I'm like, yo, fuck what you're using Cool Edit, put some Logic on this shit. He was shooting videos way before I was shooting videos. He actually filmed my first video. It was on a Yellow Wolf beat. It actually has over 30,000 views now. And then, so yeah, the first time I think we was recording a song featuring one of our buddies from the UK. It was on like a Paul Wall beat. It was an electric moment because we had made songs together, like a shitload of fucking songs together, just online pen pal shit. But this was the first time we ever recorded together. He recorded a whole original album before I recorded an original album. He got with a producer named Casey Thaler. Man, that's when I think I started becoming a Dai Dai fan. Dai Dai had this swag about him that he was goofy. He had these songs with his girlfriend, you know, swinging on the swings and shit. He had these videos where, you know, he'd be like standing on one foot, like keeping his balance while he's rapping and shit, acting like a fucking goofball. He had like these motivational speeches in the beginning of his songs and shit. Yeah, I started to fuck with Dai Dai's character. He was very reminiscent of Mac Miller, and he was still young, you know what I'm saying? He was still like in high school. He had that Mac Miller vibe, had that like really like frat white boy kind of vibe, like have fun attitude. It wasn't even really on drugs. When I first met Dai Dai, he ain't smoked weed. He was a straight edge. So he was really just about like, hey man, you know, we can all just go outside and like see the sunshine and, you know, really watch the trees grow and things will be great, man, you know, that's life, dude. That's how his intros would be for his songs and shit. I started giving him respect. You know, I could see his growth. There was a moment in time where he was popping on social media and shit. He was out there trolling before trolling was even a word. He was getting buku followers, and he started getting to his head and shit. He was like, yeah, I'm out here, I'm about to blow. He came back to earth and realized that his shit was still kind of whack. They started doing what was called Fresh Friday. Him and his buddy, him and his rap boy, they would drop a video every Friday. They had this video where this man was like pouring fucking orange juice on his fucking head. Had this fucking video where this man was walking down State Street, which is the street that is in front of the Capitol building in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, butt-ass naked. And I'm just like, yo, this nigga was doing shit for the clout before clout was even a word, dog. I thought Dai Dai's shit was hilarious. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. The first time we did a project together, he had sent me this breakup song. I related to it, I got on it. He felt like he was gonna be doing shit like this for a minute, so I was like, fuck it. Let's do a tape together, let's do a breakup tape. And we called that Heartless Reflections. And that shit was dope as hell. He started FE, which is Future Era, FE to the Death of Me. Ran that slogan. He slick needs to get shirts, FE to the Death of Me. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them, but whatever. He started that slogan forever ago. In 2015, we redeemed ourselves and we all did a show together again. He put together a show at a fire hall that was kind of like in between where both of us kind of lived in Pennsylvania at the time. That show was lit. I really feel like I didn't know who he was until this man actually moved to fucking Tennessee. Like the first thing he did was come to my crib. He moved to Nashville. He was like, yo, I'm here. Like it was just the fucking surreal ass fucking moment. That was in 2016. That was 6 years after I had like met him at the show. Immediately we're like, yo, we gotta do something together. We gotta do an album.
Now I'm balling on a budget. I got too much ramen if you want it. You can cook it in abundance. Yeah, ho, I'm stunting. Me and Derrtie SO production. I swear to God, boy, I just put the time in.
We ended up naming it Pop Pizza. He would come and see me like once a week, and we would literally order Little Caesars and smoke weed and chill in the studio like all fucking night. So we co-produced Pop Pizza. So we went hard on some fucking skits on there that I think that are fucking funny. But yeah, I think that was the first time we actually recorded together on a project. And we helped each other record each other's stuff. We would mix each other's shit.
My vibe, yeah. I'ma get you high. Hey, come and feel alive. Hey, I make you feel alive.
Say the yes. I like the yes better. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. It's just harder. We did another album together called Fuck Your Raps 3. None of those were my beats. Dai Dai, he used to go to a fucking studio. You don't need to go to a studio to make your shit sound good. You can do it yourself. You've been doing it yourself. Like, and then I'd hear the music that was coming out of the studio. I was just unimpressed. I could tell that there was no love in the music. I could tell that there was nothing special happening in the engineer's passion. I'm a type of dude that, like, I work on my music, you know what I'm saying? I fucking make my beats, I record my shit, I listen to it 1,000 times, try to find the right cuts, make the beat drop in different spots, you know what I mean? Make it fit the fucking song, you gotta fucking mold it. I didn't see none of that happening when Dai Dai was going to the studio and he was paying for production. You know, he used to get mad at me and shit, and I tell him, I'm like, dog, you can do this shit yourself. When we recorded that album, he was like, damn, you right, like we killed that album, honestly. Like, we killed that shit. I think people still like listening to it. If you want to hear me and Dai Dai's Pot and Pizza album, you gotta go on Bandcamp because it's not anywhere else. I got Dai Dai out of his mindset that he had to fucking record at a damn studio. I think he started getting that confidence back. We, you know what I'm saying, we're always challenging, I think, each other, and I think that's good for our spirits and that's good for our music. I look at Dai Dai like a brother, a balding, white, younger brother. So while he was still living in Nashville, he set up a show opening up for Caskey in Murfreesboro, and I tagged along with him with that, and I just filmed that experience for him. Let me get a Derrtie Sanchez for president.
We don't do Sanchez? No, we don't do Derrtie Sanchez.
He ended up moving to Florida, Tampa, Florida.
Hey, yo, Derrtie Sanchez for president. A whole lot of gang shit, baby. Down Tampa, let's go.
Even in Tampa, he would come back, he would fucking visit me in Chattanooga. I thought I was never gonna see this nigga again. He'd come back, we'd make more fucking music, we shot videos and shit. We would go downtown, chat, middle of the night, no one would be there, and we would just fucking run the streets, try to shoot some fucking videos. That's where we shot peace signs, middle of the night. Probably like 2 in the morning or some shit. Times when he came over to my house and I thought this nigga was gonna move in, he came to my house and brought his whole fucking studio and shit. Set that whole joint up and shit. It was like, yo, what is you doing, nigga? And then he moved back to fucking Nashville. And when he moved back, we went and visited Tampa. Me and him went down there. We shot a video with one of his homies, Devon, who became part of the squad. All type of gang shit.
Derrtie Sanchez for president.
During his moves from motherfucking Nashville to Florida and shit, he lived in Myrtle Beach for a while. He was starting to get this kind of beachy, pop, singy vibe and shit. My man's tone deaf. Like, my man can't fucking sing. Like, he's literally tone deaf. I'd be like, yo, this is how you're supposed to sing it. He's like, this is how I sing it. I'm like, nigga, no, that's not how this is how you're supposed to fucking sing it.
On the ocean, gotta get it when you feel like you find your way.
Nah, you're going too high, bro. You gotta be like, gotta get it when you feel like you find your way.
I always feel like I'm going lower and you say I'm going higher.
Nah, try it, bro. Take one of your headphones off and shit.
I always record with one off. Oh.
I was like, nigga, you should just be a love rapper, bro. Like, that's your niche, dog. Like, you make those are the songs that you feel most comfortable with, and those are the songs that you knock out and get done. Because Dai Dai has a habit of starting shit and not finishing. He's very ADD. He'd be like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. And I didn't know that until he fucking came and moved so he started seeing me all the time in Chattanooga. He'd come to the studio, and there'd be a lot of times we wouldn't get shit done because homie would be like, yo, let's start this joint. Let me play you this joint. Let me show you this joint. Let's fucking work on this joint. I ain't feeling that shit no more. Yo, I'm hungry.
With cheese and a Dr. Pepper.
That'd be all.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, can you take one of
So through that, I helped him record his Selfless album. He promoted that shit hella hard. We pressed up a bunch of CDs. He went and got a cover made, or he went and got a flyer made. He set up a show performing each song on the album. And prior to then, he was doing all his shows. I used to give them shit for it. He was doing all his shows like karaoke, not even karaoke. He was, you know, on top of his shit, like it was on TV or something. And I'd be like, yo, you gotta take them vocals off. If you a real MC, you gotta let niggas hear you rap, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta spit, dog. but he took my advice. So he invited me and Destiny to perform at the show. It was a dope ass experience. We had a real ass DJ.
This time I can't wait for you. I finally found my escape from you.
You got me singing like Drake for you, bitch.
Cobra in East Nashville. He had a band up there with him, and I think that was the first time he performed with a band. And it definitely went hand in hand with him not having his vocals on there, on any of his tracks. And yeah, he took that shit serious, and we both did. We took that shit dead ass serious, and we performed that shit like it was some real ass fucking rap shit. And I think a lot of kids today, man, they don't even rap. They don't even perform like that. You know, they think performing is just singing their songs being played on the loudspeaker. You gotta have a performance track and drop them vocals. That was a dope ass show. That was a dope ass push for this shit. But you pushing somebody else's shit, you should own what you push, dog. And I would get on to him about fucking, you know, getting beats online and shit. I'm like, bro, let's take this shit serious, bro. Like, we some real fucking rappers, dog. How you gonna mix your shit to the fucking perfection and shit? You ain't even got track outs, nigga. Like, what's good? So he was like, yo, fuck you, bitch. I'd fucking do a whole damn original album if you can make beats that I fucking can sing to. And I'm like, bet, bitch. And I started making some beats, right? With the intent for this bitch to sing to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think he got so fucking irritated with me calling him fucking lover boy, singer, pop guy. Felt like he needed to rap on that shit. He was like, oh, Derrtie's gonna make me beats, I'm gonna rap on this shit. I mean, you know, not all the songs are rappy. He did get a little singy pop and shit on there. It was a little gay. So we made a whole album, Selfish. That is definitely, most definitely his best album. Mixed and mastered by him. I created all the beats. I made his cover art for him. So that was the first time he had allowed me to produce for him. I don't think he had ever gotten on a Derrtie beat prior to that.
Derrtie on the beat, and I'm killing shit, real shit. I ain't got no rhymes, need a million quid. Trying to get some followers on Instagram. I ain't got a plan. I be putting together music, goddamn. I'm just hoping to pop, and I don't know if my flow will stop. I'm off beat as a motherfucker, so I don't know.
That was the first time I produced for homie. So then I just started getting this nigga interested in making beats. He produced a song for me, made the song Throw 'em Up, Throw 'em Up. It's a lot going back and forth, giving each other concepts on mixing and ideas. So before we moved, me and Destiny returned the favor. We invited him and his girlfriend Bailey to perform at a show at a coffee joint called The Spot in downtown Chattanooga. That's how me and Dai Dai really got down in the studio. Now it's really funny and fucking ironic. Dai Dai's actually living in my old house in Chattanooga, and I'm out here in Myrtle Beach. But we still continuing to motivate each other to do greater fucking things. We both got jobs at a music studio. Him in Chattanooga, me in Myrtle Beach. We're both still doing music. Harder than ever in 2021. So be on the lookout for anything new coming from Damien Bowen, Damien Bond, Bone Man, Damien Bond, Damien Bowman. That concludes this episode fucking 4, baby. Fuck y'all, nigga, what?
Leave me alone, I want you to leave me alone. All the time I done put in, don't be mad at me cause I did what you couldn't.